Are you growing old? Or are you living with or caring for someone who is aging day by day? Do you truly understand what they are afraid of? When their hair turns gray, their strength slows down, and their mind is no longer as sharp as it used to be? Aging is not just about age or wrinkles. It is a journey of transformation, where sometimes a person wakes up and no longer recognizes themselves. From someone who used to be strong and active, they can become reserved, silent, even irritable or withdrawn. The change happens faster than you think, and they feel confused. Not everyone is mentally prepared for this. Many grieve the person they used to be, and in that grief lies a quiet sadness that no one sees. Let me tell you about Mr. Anthony. He was a senior executive at a multinational corporation. Agile, talented, always full of energy. He enjoyed socializing and leading teams, and hardly anything could challenge him. But recently, he began to face things he had never imagined. Just small things. Taking longer to tie his shoes, forgetting appointments, or feeling exhausted after meeting friends. He felt frustrated with himself. And worse, he felt left behind. Alone amid quiet changes that no one truly understands. Mr. Anthony's story is not rare. It echoes the voice of millions of older adults facing changes both inside and out, without anyone ever teaching them how to adapt. No handbook tells you how to react when your memory fades. No map can guide you when you feel lost among people who once felt so familiar. And that is why we need to talk about this. In today's video, we will explore 10 things seniors often quietly fear, but never say out loud. More than that, I will share gentle yet powerful practical advice so that you, or your loved one, can face each fear with greater strength and peace. This is not just a list. This is a journey to understand, empathize, and live more fully, no matter what age you are. Number 1, the fear of loneliness. Since retiring, Mr. Anthony's life has slowed down. At first, he thought he would enjoy the quiet days. No more work pressure or early meetings. But after a few months, he began to feel that something was empty. The gatherings with friends became less frequent. The once busy work calls were now completely silent. He looked around the spacious house and felt like living in a void. Especially after his wife passed away, every meal became a silent moment. The chair across from him was empty. The spoon touching the plate echoed in the quiet kitchen like a lonely whisper. The neighbor, who used to visit him from time to time, was now in the late stages of cancer, and parting seemed only a matter of days. Sometimes he recalled memories with this person or that, and he feared that old age would separate him from them sooner than expected. He didn't want to bother his children and grandchildren, and wasn't used to calling someone to talk. And so, day after day, he sank into a quiet isolation that no one noticed. If you've ever felt like Mr. Anthony, please know you are not alone. Loneliness in old age is one of the most common fears. Many studies have shown that the feeling of isolation can affect more than 40% of people over the age of 65. It is not a sign of weakness or failure, but a very natural response to life rhythms and relationships that gradually change with age. Prolonged loneliness doesn't just affect the spirit. It can weaken the immune system, worsen heart conditions, and is even linked to memory decline. But the good news is, if you are in this situation, we can actively face and ease this feeling with the following 5 specific actions. 1. Reconnect with old contacts. Just one message, one phone call, can rekindle relationships that once seemed to fade. Start with old friends, former colleagues, or familiar neighbors. 2. Join a local activity group. Many senior centers offer classes in yoga, painting, music, cooking, or dancing. You don't have to be good. Just show up and be present. 3. Embrace technology. If mobility is an issue, try online community groups. Many forums specifically for seniors allow them to share experiences, chat, and make friends. 4. Create a small social calendar each week. Simply set a goal to meet or call one person a week. You'll be surprised at how the feeling of connection begins to return. 5. Adopt a small pet. For many older adults, a small dog or kitten is a companion and a source of daily emotional support. You deserve meaningful connections at any age. Loneliness is not something you have to endure alone. It can be changed with small and consistent actions. Share your story in the comments. Have you ever felt lonely? What did you do to overcome it? We are always here to listen. Your experience might be a small light for someone who needs it. Number 2. Declining vision and hearing. Recently, during a reunion of company retirees, Mr. Anthony realized he had missed nearly half of the conversation. Everyone laughed loudly after a joke, and he just laughed without hearing it. A little later, while playing a light group activity, his vision started to blur, and everything around him became unclear. He used to be confident in his sharp mind, keen hearing, and bright eyes. But now, he felt like he was gradually falling behind in moments that once seemed so ordinary. The feeling of being left out of the conversation saddened him. He didn't dare to ask people to repeat, for fear of bothering them, and he didn't want others to think he was aging too quickly. That confusion, and at times, quiet sadness, crept into every gathering. He felt like he was sitting in a crowded room, yet all alone. You may be experiencing the same thing, but please believe that many others deeply understand what you're going through. Declining vision and hearing are among the most common changes as we age. According to statistics, more than half of the people over 70 have difficulty with one of these senses. It doesn't mean you're going downhill. It's simply your body's way of telling you to take better care of yourself. Poor vision can make you more likely to trip or fall. Reduced hearing makes it harder to follow conversations, leading to feelings of isolation. But all of these can be improved if you act early with the following tips. 1. Check your eyes and ears every 6 to 12 months to detect early changes. 2. Wear glasses with the correct prescription and replace them when needed. Don't try to just tough it out. 3. Use hearing aids or assistive headphones when necessary. Don't be shy, because these tools help you live more fully. 4. Increase lighting in your home, especially in reading areas, the kitchen, and the bathroom. Are you facing difficulties with your eyes or ears? Share your story and how you've coped in the comments below. Your advice might be exactly what someone like Mr. Anthony needs to hear today. Number 3. Irritability or frustration. In the past, Mr. Anthony was always loved for his calm and thoughtful manners. But recently, something had changed. The TV remote didn't work one day, and he angrily threw it onto the table. Another day, just because his young grandchild spilled orange juice on the floor, he raised his voice and scolded the child, leaving the whole family in awkward silence. Even he was shocked by his reaction. Why do such small things make me so angry? He wondered. This change scared him. He was afraid he was losing control, afraid he was becoming someone even he didn't recognize. But what saddened him the most was the guilt he felt after every outburst, especially when he saw the surprised and sorrowful eyes of his loved ones. He didn't know how to explain it. He only knew that something inside him felt unsettled. This feeling isn't unique to Mr. Anthony. Many people silently go through the same thing daily. Irritability and mood swings are prevalent as we age. Hormonal changes, mental stress, declining health, or the feeling of losing control in life can all make emotions more sensitive and explosive than usual. Unchecked anger over time can affect blood pressure, sleep quality, and close relationships. But the good news is, this emotion can be managed. So, try doing the following. 1. Practice deep breathing. When you feel irritated, slowly inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat a few times. 2. Journal your emotions each night. Write down what upsets you during the day and review it the next morning. This will help you understand yourself better. 3. Listen to soft music or meditate for 5 minutes every morning. Starting the day with peace can calm your reactions later. 4. Share with loved ones. Don't be afraid to say you're irritated. They will understand and may help soothe you. 5. Focus on the positive. Every night, write down 3 things you're grateful for, even if it's just beautiful sunshine or an unexpected phone call. Have you ever felt more easily angered than before? What have you done to stay calm and peaceful? Share in the comments, because your experience might be the precious gift someone else is looking for. Number 4. Decreased mobility. For Mr. Anthony, every morning used to be a little ritual. He would make coffee, bring the newspaper to the porch, and walk a few laps around the garden to look at the trees and feel the breath of a new day. But then one morning, as he bent down to pick up the newspaper, a sudden sharp pain shot through his back, spread down to his thigh and calf, leaving him frozen for a few minutes, unable to move. That feeling was strange. Since that day, he began to notice himself walking slower, getting more tired, going up the stairs, and needing to push off the armrest more strongly every time he got up from a chair. At first, he tried to ignore it, thinking it was just sore muscles, a weaker day. But over time, he began to worry. Mr. Anthony, who once swiftly moved through meetings across countries, was now afraid of slipping in his own home. Every time he had to go far, he hesitated. He didn't want to trouble anyone, but also didn't want to face that feeling of helplessness. And what saddened him most was the loss of the freedom he had once taken for granted. Even though you may feel alone sometimes, the truth is, you are walking a path many others have walked and are still walking. Decreased mobility is a very natural part of aging. As muscles weaken and joints become less flexible, movements that were once instinctive now become difficult. You move more slowly and are more prone to falls, loss of balance, and dependence on others. This affects both physical and mental well-being, reducing confidence and joy in life. But you are not alone. This is not the end of your active days. Let's change that with the following tips. 1. Start with gentle stretching every morning. 5 to 10 minutes of stretching your back, shoulders, and legs can help your body become more flexible and ready for the day. 2. Walk for 10 minutes a day, indoors or outdoors. There is no need to be fast. Just be consistent. Every step signals to your muscles that you are still living actively. 3. Join light yoga for seniors or water aerobics. These activities are easy on the joints, but very effective in building endurance and reducing aches. What are you doing to keep your body more flexible each day? Share in the comments because your actions might inspire someone else. Together, we are preserving vitality one step at a time. Number 5, trouble falling asleep and staying asleep through the night. Sleep came to Mr. Anthony as easily as a habit in the past. After a busy workday, he would lie down and sleep soundly until morning. But since retiring, everything began to change. Sleepless nights gradually became more frequent. Some nights, he tossed and turned until 2 a.m., and other nights, he woke up in the middle of the night and couldn't fall back asleep. He tried reading, playing soft music, and counting sheep, but nothing worked. And the next morning, he felt like a ghost, tired, sluggish, and not wanting to do anything. He didn't understand what was happening to his body. That feeling left him both confused and anxious. He started to wonder, am I sick? Is my brain starting to weaken? Each sleepless night felt like a battle with himself, and he felt helpless. There's nothing wrong with feeling lost. But what's right is knowing you don't have to suffer alone. Difficulty sleeping is one of the most common problems among older adults. According to studies, over 50% of people over 65 experience sleep disorders at various levels. This is the body's natural response to changes in hormones, circadian rhythm, and the silent worries of daily life. As we age, the brain produces less melatonin, the hormone that helps us fall asleep and stay in deep sleep. Combined with a body that tires more easily, aches more often, and a mind that worries more than before, all of this makes sleep less simple than it once was. But the good news is, you can improve this with minor adjustments in your daily routine. 1. Set a regular sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up simultaneously every day, including weekends. This helps reset your body's internal clock. 2. Avoid caffeine and alcohol in the evening. Coffee, strong tea, or a glass of wine at night can quietly sabotage your sleep without realizing it. 3. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Deep breathing, soft music, meditation, or reading a few pages can calm your mind and help you fall asleep more easily. 4. Take care of your sleep environment. Keep the bedroom calm, around 68 degrees Fahrenheit, quiet, and dim. Avoid screens like phones and TVs before bed to prevent stimulating your nervous system. 5. Don't force yourself to sleep. If you can't fall back asleep after 20 minutes, get out of bed, do something light, and return only when sleepy. This keeps your brain from associating the bed with frustration. Sleep is not a luxury. It's a right you can reclaim. Even if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, believe that a deep and peaceful night's rest is still waiting for you. Do you have any habits that help you sleep better? Share them in the comments below. Your experience might be the key to helping someone else find their lost sleep. If you found this content helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next sharing. Together, we are living and sleeping well, night by night, step by step. Number 6. Frequent medical visits. Mr. Anthony was a tall and strong man. He rarely had to go to the hospital. Aside from vaccinations or routine checkups, he was proud of his health, rarely catching colds, and eating and sleeping regularly. But then, at age 72, everything changed. It started with a sudden pain in his knee while walking down the stairs. Then came slightly elevated blood sugar levels. Then blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes. Doctor's appointments gradually became an unavoidable part of his monthly routine. His life suddenly revolved around appointment calendars, prescriptions, and test results. He began to feel like he was living for illness, not living for joy. That weariness didn't just come from his body, but from his mind. Mr. Anthony felt overwhelmed, and inside him grew a quiet unease. It wasn't just about money. It was the mental exhaustion of constantly scheduling, remembering, and worrying about his health every single day. One day, he muttered a sentence so softly, yet it felt so heavy. "I used to live to work. Now, I live to see doctors." If you've ever gone through something like Mr. Anthony, please know you are not alone. Many older adults have to face a packed medical schedule as age increases. The body gradually changes, and regular health monitoring becomes essential to the self-care journey. But the important thing is that this is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are actively protecting your health. Regularly seeing the doctor helps detect issues before they become serious threats. It helps you manage chronic conditions, adjust medications correctly, and avoid dangerous complications later. Yes, it takes time and can feel tiring at times, but taking initiative is the key to maintaining long-term quality of life. Let a notebook and a pen support you. 1. Set a fixed health calendar. Use a notebook or your phone to record appointment dates, types of exams, and locations. Set a reminder 1 to 2 days in advance to prepare. 2. Write down questions before each visit. Prepare in advance what you want to ask the doctor. This will help you remember and save time. 3. Bring a medication or symptom journal. This will help your doctor make a more accurate assessment and allow you to track your health progress more clearly. Do you have any tips for managing medical appointments more effectively? Please share them below so we can learn from each other. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe so we can continue on this journey toward a healthy and meaningful life. Number 7. Difficulty concentrating. Mr. Anthony used to have an excellent memory and the ability to concentrate. Even after retirement, he kept reading the newspaper every morning and diving into economics books every night, just like when he was still managing his work. He even analyzed financial reports to invest in stocks. But recently, he felt like he couldn't hold on to a train of thought. After reading just a few paragraphs, he would forget what he had just read. Sometimes, when he was about to say something, he suddenly stopped because he couldn't remember exactly what he wanted. This change made him sad and a bit bewildered. He began to doubt himself. A once sharp man now felt like his mind was drifting further each day. He hesitated to share, afraid others would think he was becoming senile. But that lingering disappointment made him withdraw and slowly lose interest in the intellectual activities that once brought him joy. If you've ever felt like Mr. Anthony, please remember, you are not the only one who feels this way. Difficulty concentrating and memory loss are widespread as we grow older. This is not a sign that your intelligence is fading. It is simply the brain's response to the natural aging process, hormonal changes, and the stress or anxiety you might face every day. As we age, the brain goes through many biological changes. Neurotransmitter levels gradually decrease. Blood flow to the brain may slow down, and sleep disturbances can contribute to reduced focus. The important thing is, just like muscles, the brain can be trained to maintain sharpness through 1. Breaking tasks into short focus periods. Instead of trying to read for an hour straight, divide it into 10 to 15 minutes of deep focus, followed by a 5-minute break. This gives your brain time to rest and refresh. 2. Training the brain daily. Try crossword puzzles, Sudoku, reading short stories, or learning a new skill like gardening, playing a light instrument, or learning a foreign language. New things stimulate neural connections. 3. Writing things down. Quickly jot down what you need to do, remember, or interesting thoughts during the day. This relieves pressure on short-term memory and keeps your mind anchored in the present. 4. Eating brain-boosting foods. Increase your intake of omega-3s, leafy greens, berries, and nuts, all of which benefit brain function. And don't forget to drink enough water. Do you have any secrets for staying mentally sharp? Share in the comments below, because your small tip might be a big key for someone else. Together, we will preserve our clarity of mind through each passing day. Number 8. Coping with sudden fatigue. Mr. Anthony used to be someone who could spend the entire morning doing housework and then walk around the park in the afternoon. But recently, walking from the bedroom to the kitchen to prepare lunch left him breathless. There was a time when, after doing the dishes, he had to sit down for a few minutes before he had enough energy to stand up again. The feeling of sudden exhaustion made him feel like he was losing control. It wasn't just physical fatigue, a sense of discouragement and helplessness. Mr. Anthony began to avoid doing the things that once brought him joy, simply because he was afraid he wouldn't have enough energy. And then he found himself sitting more and growing quieter, not because he wanted to, but because his body no longer seemed to cooperate. If you've ever experienced sudden fatigue like Mr. Anthony, rest assured that you are not alone. As we age, the body changes how it uses energy. Recovery after activity becomes slower, and exhaustion can come after even the most minor tasks. This is common in people over 60, and importantly, it doesn't mean you are weak. It just means your body needs a different rhythm. Fatigue in older adults can result from many factors, including decreased muscle mass, a slower heart rate, and a slower metabolism. Sometimes, poor sleep, inadequate nutrition, or even mild dehydration can leave you feeling drained without an apparent reason. But the good news is, there are simple ways to help you maintain energy throughout the day. 1. Break tasks into smaller parts during the day. Don't try to finish everything in one go. Divide your tasks into smaller chunks, spaced out with rest periods. A little at a time, you'll feel less tired, but still productive. 2. Stay hydrated. Dehydration is a common cause of fatigue. Keep a water bottle near your seat and sip throughout the day, instead of waiting until you feel thirsty. 3. Take short naps. A 15 to 20-minute nap in the early afternoon can work wonders. It helps restore energy, improves memory, and calms the nervous system. Do you have any tips for staying energized during the day? Share your experience in the comments below. Who knows? Just one piece of your advice might help someone get through their day much more easily. How do you feel after watching this entire video? Are you more at ease? Has the loneliness, confusion, or fear in your heart been soothed, even just a little? Because the very first message we want to send is this: you are not alone. As we grow older, so many things change quietly, but profoundly. You no longer walk fast. You're no longer as strong. And the face you see in the mirror no longer looks like the person you used to know just a few years ago. The things you once took for granted, like a good night's sleep, a peaceful walk, or a conversation without forgetfulness have now become precious. But you don't have to hide the sadness or the changes, because this is what it means to be human. No one escapes the law of birth, aging, sickness, death. The important thing is not to cling to the past, but to actively adapt to what is new. Accept that you are changing, so you can discover how to live better with yourself in your newest version. An older person, full of experience, who can still live a meaningful life. And if you are a child, a grandchild, or someone living with an older adult, please listen to them. The changes they are facing are not easy. They need understanding, not judgment. They need companionship, not to be treated as a burden. Sometimes, a simple question like, "How are you feeling today?" can ease years of silent loneliness. Please leave a comment below. What worries you most about growing older? Or what would you like the following video to talk about? We always read and deeply value your shares, because this is where our community heals and keeps moving forward. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you for staying until the end, and we'll see you in the following video.